connect here. Please move.
Hi, it's Martin Shkreli.
Hi, Martin. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, good, pretty good. Thanks for being on the phone with me. Appreciate it.
Sure. Did you guys want to call before you wrote your article about me, or do you typically not ask for response from things you write about until
Well,
afterwards?
we did call a phone number that was we had your phone number last week for the story we wrote.
Uh,
It got transferred. We said that it was moved to another phone number. So
do you write the
I
head? Do you write the headlines for your articles?
I do not know,
Do you,
but
who is your editor?
I can put you in contact with my editor. I wrote the story. If you're referencing the story about the AI product that you launched last week, I wrote that story, but we kind of all worked together on the headlines. I can give you my editor's contact information now if you'd like.
Yeah, go ahead.
So it's Blake Montgomery.
Blake Montgomery.
Blake Montgomery. Let me get you his email right now. 1 second.
I think that guy was supposed to be on my jury.
Really?
Possibly.
Let me.
I'll dig up his email. That's fine. So I think the headline says, "Who asked for this?" Can you help me understand what that means?
Oh, you'd have to ask someone else. I think the idea there was basically just that, this was with your reputation, based on your reputation in the pharmaceutical industry. There was some question about, whether or not this was the right branding for a medical device.
Okay. And you guys know more about branding than I do. What do you say to the 100,000 people that have used our product? Did they ask for this? I guess they kind of did, right? We got 3 different countries that asked for this when they asked us if they could deploy this product nationwide. I would imagine getting access to free healthcare information is something people are looking for while healthcare is bankrupting our countries. So I don't know. I mean, it seems like people did ask for this.
So yeah, well, that's interesting. I didn't know that you guys had that much feedback.
Yeah, sometimes it's good to talk to people before you write about them.
Well, like we said, we try to reach out to you for contact. But I'll definitely take note of what you just said if we write about it again in the future. Do you have any?
And so you guys wrote that it didn't seem like a revolutionary tech by any stretch of the imagination. Do you think large language models are not revolutionary technologies?
We stand by what we wrote the story. I just used the free version of the account just to look up a couple of symptoms I was having at the time, and that was just basically our takeaway.
I don't know. I've been around healthcare for a long time, and I thought it was very, very difficult to get something like this working. I think that's why OpenAI and large language models they're pretty popular right now. They kind of have taken the world by storm. It's all anyone will talk about in technology. These are pretty amazing products. It's kind of
Can I ask how long you've been interested in this sort of pivot towards generative AI?
what pivot? I've been in software my whole life. Do you guys do you do software? Have you ever written a line of code in your life?
I was mainly asking what.
No, I'm asking you a question. Can you answer it for a second?
I'm not a software engineer.
Okay.
Shkreli.
All right. Yeah. So I've been a software engineer my whole life. I've written millions of lines of code in a dozen different languages. So when you say pivot, what do you mean?
Let me reframe my question. What I was trying to say was how long have you been interested in this product that you've just now released? How long have you been working on it?
Maybe around 6 months.
Okay, 6 months. And what was the impetus for starting this project?
Well, we try to stay abreast of every new piece of technology. So 7 years ago, we were really ahead of the curve on reactive front ends. We embraced React, the Facebook library, and we were one of the first companies to do so. And now React is 90% of advanced front end market share. We did the same thing with every new technology. When a new technology, a revolutionary technology especially, comes out, we try to use it, adapt it, and find use cases for it. Again, I don't know how Gizmodo could have any semblance of credibility when you say it's not a revolutionary tech. LLMs are a revolutionary tech. I mean, if you haven't noticed it, that people are talking about LLMs out there.
Right. Well, now that I have your phone number, I'd love to actually have a longer in-depth
Yeah.
interview about this. That way we can, I understand if you're not happy with the way the story came out, but it's not. We could do a full-on profile of both the company and kind of your plans for it if we have more time.
Yes.
That way, if you're available.
So you said, for the name Dr. Goodby, you said, yes, it's dumb. So why do you think that's dumb?
Respectfully, I'm not going to go through my mind.
Well, I am doing an interview of you to some extent. I bought the website macdegaran.com, and I'm looking forward to staying abreast of all the stuff, all the news of Mac DeGaran, and making sure that the world knows everything they need to know about you.
Wait, so you purchased the domain from macdegaran.com?
Yeah, it was only $20.
What can I ask? What's your interest in doing that?
Well, I just think that your article was dishonest. It's it was poorly done, and looked like kind of a hit piece that probably stems from some weird animus towards me. I think that people who are journalists like that, there's a lot of terms like yellow journalism or whatever. They need to be exposed for what they're doing.
Okay, and you believe that buying a domain with my name in it accomplishes that in which way?
Sure. I'm just going to explain what all the faults that you made and all of the mistakes that you made in your article, that you're the kind of person that does this kind of work. You don't even talk to your target before you do the hit piece. It's like pathetic.
Well, we tried to reach out to you for comment.
Uh-huh.
It says that. And as I'm saying, I'd be more than happy to actually, have a proper interview with
Why would I do that when I can just do a YouTube or something? Like, why do I need Gizmodo?
Well, I appreciate. I mean, that's totally fair, and you're not required to do anything. But at the same time, if you're also criticizing what you're calling yellow journalism or people not coming out to speak to you, it goes both ways. Where we need to be able to speak with you.
Yeah. Well, I was available, but you've already decided to write an article with a ton of incomplete information and a lot of just silly takes. I mean, this isn't journalism, this is an opinion piece. You think the name is stupid? People like the name. It's GPT with a personal touch. I mean, it's very tongue-in-cheek. It's, we haven't gotten anyone who said, I hate that name. I get, you guys have a brand? Is that your idea? Is like news as a brand, like Jezebel and all this bullshit? Like, you guys just basically, you don't do news. You kind of do this spinsterism that sort of masquerades as news. I'm happy to do an interview for the right price.
I know. I'm sorry. We don't.
Nah, that's too bad.
So, is there anything else you want to talk about, or do you mostly just want to talk about your displeasures with the article?
Well, I wanted to make sure that you knew that, macdegaran.com is going to go live soon. It's a wonderful website. Hopefully, we'll have a couple of subscribers, maybe 3 or 4. And I think it's I guess you had a question about my Twitter account.
Yeah, I was trying to see if you had any comment or insight on why your Twitter account was suspended recently.
Yeah, I don't have any comment or insight, but I'd like to get my Twitter account back. It's a very useful platform for me to communicate. Without it, it's harder to communicate. To a large number of people.
Do you have any sense of why it was suspended?
Sure.
What is that?
Oh, yeah, that's where the interview costs. I would say, I'd make a deal with you guys. I know you're a smaller company. I usually would charge like $100,000 for an interview. I'll do this one for like $100.
Okay, so you're not going to comment on that.
$100 and you get exclusive Shkreli content. I might even let you guys take my picture.
I don't think we're going to do that.
Well, you don't make that call now, do you, Mac? You're just a reporter. Can you ask your editor or your senior people at the company like the CFO or CEO?
I can guarantee you that we're not going to make that.
I just think about it. $100, you get a lot of clicks. Sounds like a good deal to me.
Is there anything else you'd like to add before I let you go?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, have a good rest of your day.
You too, Mac. Gizmodo. Man, you want to fuck with me? Don't fuck with me. Last fucking guy you want to fuck with. My dad is rooting me on. What would my dad say? My dad's saying, give him hell, son. Just like I taught you. All right, let's look at Azure